Well, I love Jackie, but this is a girl who says that she was at a restaurant Saturday night and Jackie was like bad-mouthing you and stuff like that.
Oh, was he?
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Really?
Well, here's a good... Hi, you're on the air. Hello?
Hello?
Hi, you're on the air.
Hi.
What restaurant were you at?
I don't remember. It was in Bayville.
Yeah.
I was in Bayville. I was at the same restaurant that I took Robin to.
Okay.
Okay, and he was in there, and he was with, I think 4 or 5 other people, and there was like a lot of drinks on the table. They were really, really, really loud.
Yeah, and when there's a lot of drinks, that's when Jackie's best at bad-mouthing me.
Yeah.
By the way, this is just proof positive of what a dick he is.
Yeah, I really am. Go ahead, lady.
What did he say?
Well, he was talking about the people at the table.
And the drunker he gets, the louder he gets, so the whole restaurant can hear what a terrible thing I've been for him.
Yes,
Go ahead.
It was really, really loud.
Yeah.
And the other people at the table were asking all sorts of questions about you and your wife and your kids.
Right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did Jackie supply them with my home address?
No, I don't think so.
That's because I won't give it to him.
Did give descriptions of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that he did. He was saying, all sorts of stuff about the house and everything.
Oh, boy.
What was he saying?
Well, he was saying mostly about the party that you had. You had this really big party.
You see how absolutely full of crap she is?
She had said that
nice
it was going to be great and everything, and you had been all snooty and stuck up about it, and then it ended up to be really terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I had you over my house, Jackie. I did. Remember?
Yeah, years ago.
For when my kid was born. It was over my parents' house, though.
This lady's making it up, obviously.
No, I'm telling you, I'm not making it up. You were sitting with your back to us. We were the 4 people behind you.
Oh, I know there was lots of people at the restaurant.
Well, you're not really, in Jackie's defense, you're not being real clear, lady.
Real clear, yeah, it doesn't really.
And I'm absolutely sure your name was being bandied about, of course.
Yeah, right.
And I'm
because, of course,
sure
now with Jackie's friends, the major topic of conversation is Jackie and working on this show.
Right. Yeah, I can't get respect.
He was really excited. I mean, I think the owner of the place came over and was, like, giving them drinks for free.
That's good, plowing with drinks.
And he was being really, I think he was really psyched to have him there because he wants Jackie to be there.
I know the guy. He owned the seafood place for years.
Well, what was Jackie saying? You're not giving us any...
He was just saying how, you were acting really stuck up about a party that you were going to have, how wonderful it was going to be,
Well, that's true, because Jackie's been after me to have this party.
And how it just, was...
I said to my wife, and my wife says, gee, Jackie was talking to me. He wants you to have a party. I said, listen.
Oh, he talked to her, too?
Yeah. I said, listen. I said, Allison, here's how I feel. If I ever have a party, Jackie will never be invited. So my wife goes, well, why? She says, well, you tell Jackie. I go, first of all, it's better not to have Jackie at the house because he only ends up resenting you more for having a life.
And talking about it in public.
And bad-mouthing me. I said, why do I want to party with the dude?
He said you were really stuck up about everything.
That sounds like something I say.
Yeah, it does, actually.
Stuck up is one of my expressions.
One of your words?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound like you're real clear.
Yeah, you can't really tell a good story.
Well, I mean, he sort of ruined dinner for everybody there.
Yeah.
Because he was...
You are so full of crap, lady.
No. You were so loud that when you walked out, we were like, oh, I can't believe it. Thank God he left.
Well, Jackie wants to be noticed very badly.
No, I'm telling you.
He very badly wants to be noticed.
We said that. We said either he wants to be noticed or he's just doing a Hollywood thing. And he's trying to be,
Mr. Hollywood.
Mr. Hollywood.
Yeah. All right, I understand what you're saying. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Bye.
Well, another glaring, apparently glaring reason to be suspicious of Jackie.
If that was anybody calling up to say something nice, she would have hung up so long ago. She's obviously lying through her teeth, and you entertained her for...
Evidently, she'd been at the restaurant.
She knew what restaurant.
She knew the restaurant. She knew that you were being loud and drunken. Sounds like you to me. We're just talking about the Pee Wee thing,
Mm-hmm.
And,
You're still trying to say there was no crime committed.
It's just sort of a victimless crime. I mean, it's not a big deal. A guy jerks off in a movie theater.
But if I go to a movie theater, I don't want some guy.
Porno movie theater?
Any movie theater.
Oh, come on, Robin. I just want to beat off a little bit in public. Come on.
It's a home function.
It's sort of like not in public. It's sort of...
I think they should arrest people if they go to the bathroom on the street.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I could probably list a whole bunch of better things the cops of Sarasota could be involved with than watching Pee Wee Herman beat off. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's almost part of the show. I mean, I was a little kid. I used to go to movie theaters and there'd be some guy behind me playing with himself.
Oh, no, you didn't.
When you go to see an X-rated film, sure. Super vixens. Guys all with the raincoats.
Yeah, but children ought to be able to go to those theaters.
Yeah, with their phony birth certificates. I don't know. And then I read today that CBS television canceled the Pee-wee series, although they were canceling it anyway.
They just dropped it summer reruns.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. I mean, that's sort of like convicting the guy in the press already, and Well,
this is, the plight of a person who works for children.
Yeah. It's hard. I remember Claude Kirshner once said to me.
You always got to worry about your image.
That's what he said. Were you there? You always got to worry about your image with the kids. Claude Kirshner.
That was funny. They had a special report on Channel 4 yesterday about how to tell your kids.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
Pee-wee.
I don't think my kids really cared.
Did your kids watch the show?
If I forced them to. You know what I mean? They weren't real Pee-wee fans.
Okay.
They really weren't into it, so. Although I watched that report too, just in case the kids asked. Meanwhile,
they didn't say anything.
Right. If you start talking to your kids the way if you're waiting for Channel 4 to tell you how to talk to your kids, forget about it. That was pretty weak.
Yeah.
What were they trying to say? They were saying nothing.
They started off by saying, your kid could feel traumatized or be upset if they watched Pee-wee because they might think of Pee-wee as a friend, and if they heard he was in trouble, then they might get upset. So how do you deal with that? Well...
And let's just say Pee-wee's not in trouble. Paul Rubens is in trouble.
Well, that's what they made a big thing out of.
Oh, did they?
The guy kept saying, well, you have to... This is a perfect time to allow your children to understand that Pee-wee was a character.
Right.
And Pee-wee's not in trouble. Paul Rubens is in trouble.
Cool.
I bet you Pee-wee will be in jail with him if he goes.
I bet you won't see Pee-wee anywhere if Paul Rubens is on probation.
But that's what he said. It's a perfect time to show that, they're characters and they're not real, and then they're real people, and that the characters don't necessarily have to act like the people.
And look at Paul Rubens trying to sort of change his image with that long hair and that goatee. He's got real long hair now.
Now, didn't it take a long time to grow that long hair?
I know. I don't understand how he did that, unless that's a wig, like hair extensions or something.
It does look kind of weird.
Yeah, it does.
Because his hair in the front is still short.
Well, Jackie said to me that should be his biggest problem, whether or not he's wearing hair extensions.
But you know what? My basic premise is you know what the rules are. You know what is legal and what is illegal. You don't do the illegal things.
I don't know. I wasn't real clear on whether or not I could masturbate in a dirty movie theater. I thought that was sort of an accepted practice.
Well, since he's been in trouble before, first of all, now this is a guy. How many times have you been arrested?
Never.
All right, now this is Pee-wee's third brush with the law.
It's all stupid stuff, though. I mean,
Possession of marijuana.
Victimless crime. Go ahead.
It's still being involved with the police.
Yeah. Well, what was his other two?
Loitering and prowling around an adult movie theater.
Now, what does that mean? You mean you can't...
I don't know what that is.
What is that? What the hell is wrong with that?
See, that's what I wanted to ask you. What is that?
Pee-wee must be hung like a racehorse. I mean, like Chris Robbins said to me, have you ever exposed your genitalia? Did you hear do you have the tape of the cop who was on TV last night?
I probably do. Yeah, I could get that.
Yeah. Did you hear him when he was talking about Pee-wee's genitalia?
Yeah.
Pee-wee Herman, a.k.a. Paul Rubens, was arrested for exposing and manipulating his genitalia. I was laughing pretty hard.
It almost sounded like he was like a roper, and he was, doing that Will Rogers thing.
Manipulating his genitalia.
He was going to lasso somebody.
Yeah. Fred? Never mind. I don't want to get started with him. But, so I was just thinking how he must be hung like a racehorse, because I know that, I mean, you said to me at the TV meeting yesterday, Robin, have you ever taken your genitalia out in public?
Right, because everybody's acting like, gee, this is not such a big deal. Anybody could have done it.
I probably would if I had some genitalia to really show around. I know if I was hung well, I'd show you would have seen my genitalia by now.
Oh, dear.
I would show it to you, sure. And then, of course, and not that Jackie's hung so well, but as soon as you said to Jackie, have you ever exposed your genitalia in public? And he was like, sure.
Yeah, in fact, you can't even ask Jackie simple questions like that because the answer's always
I never heard the end of the discussion. Where did you expose your genitalia?
We're kidding around.
But you did tell the story about how you had to go.
That wasn't in public.
Well, you were in a men's room
so
and somebody else walked in.
Some things are private, Robin.
Oh. Well,
that's private? What do you mean? In a men's room, you can't say you exposed yourself, because...
Right. Well, what's it for?
What'd you do in the men's room?
I pulled a peewee.
Oh, yeah? Oh, right. Okay.
So
Jackie,
he wasn't just...
Well, Jackie didn't exactly pull a peewee. What happened was... He was in a car with a girl in the back seat. In a bus? Sorry. In a bus with a girl, and they were, like, rubbing each other for, like, 6-7 hours straight, and then Jackie ran into a men's room, and there was some guy in there, and he started doing what Pee-wee did.
No, the guy wasn't in there when I walked in.
He walked in.
I walked in, and there was nobody hardly at the bar at all, and I thought...
It was empty.
It was empty, and I didn't think anybody...
And where were you doing this? In the stall, or...?
It was a tiny, tiny bathroom,
Yeah. Like a one...
It's a long time ago, but I don't think there was a stall.
Like a bar bathroom where you go in...
Yeah, like a real grungy little tiny...
Right, so really there's probably just one urinal and one toilet.
Right, I don't think there was a stall or anything. But it was too late to change my mind.
Right.
I was really...
But you didn't have... Was there a lock on the door?
I thought it was one of those... If I remember right, I thought
a lot of those don't have locks.
Yeah, I thought I had locked it or whatever it was. I thought... It was one of those things where I probably had my foot against the door, and as it got towards the end, I kind of... forgot about that.
Yeah, you were in such rapture. But I've been in those kind of bathrooms, and it appears like there should be a lock. They shouldn't really be like the kind that just guys can walk in, but they never put locks on those doors. So you're in there, and, you're doing your thing. Some guy just walks in, he's like right in the can with you. It's kind of a weird experience. But, so Jackie was in the bus with this girl, and they were going at it. So he
but
claimed,
what Jackie probably did was illegal.
Well...
It didn't matter.
Yeah, he ran in and he just said, I can't take it anymore. This girl's driving me nuts. And then he did a peewee, and some guy walked in, and then the guy caught you doing it, and you just said, look, I can't help it.
Sorry.
What is it?
Somebody called in and said that loitering and prowling down in Florida usually means, no, we're not saying that's what peewee did, but it usually means you're looking for prostitutes.
Oh. But how could they convict you of looking for prostitutes? I mean, it's pretty hard to prove, isn't it?
Well, they didn't prosecute him on that one. They dropped the charge, but he did get charged with that.
I don't know. This makes him a lot more interesting to me, quite frankly, because we were in here talking about how we thought he was like a homo or something, and we always did.
Who knows what he is still?
I don't know.
He's a guy who takes his...
We always thought, but now I'm thinking he's a heterosexual who's just a little perverted, that's all.
Little.
Come on. Yeah, a lot. Okay, a lot. All right, a lot perverted. Who goes to a movie theater and does that by themselves?
Right.
Sitting in a corner somewhere.
That's a sick thing.
Yeah. Where else have you exposed yourself? Well, I know when you...
The group...
everybody moons and stuff like that. If you count that, then...
No, I'm talking about,
Remember the group on the side of the hill?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When you masturbated...
To me, when you say somebody exposing themselves is when they take their clothes off. I streaked in college and stuff like that.
Well, you know what was weird in the paper? They show a picture of Pee-wee, and he's, they're talking about his troubles, and then the picture below in the newspaper is people being naked in the park in a play, Midsummer Night's Dream, and that's okay.
But that's art.
Oh. Gotcha. Wasn't Pee-wee being an artist?
Now, what if people in that audience had done anything?
Well, that's the difference. People aren't supposed to do that.
Although you could. Pee-wee saying his career is ruined, but I don't see it that way because my wife was going, oh, my God, his career is ruined. I go, no, I don't think so. I think that this will be very funny. If he smartens up, he'll get right into that Pee-wee character, book himself on Letterman or Carson or Arsenio, and just start talking, it was a little weird, that's right, and just make a joke out of it, and that's it, because it's pretty harmless.
We would book him. I know that. I don't know that Letterman is going to book him.
Oh, I think Letterman would book him in a minute.
I don't know.
Turns out Letterman will book anybody.
Yeah, you were wrong about him yesterday.
I bet you he'll be hosting Saturday Night Live first week, Pee-wee Herman. You'll see. You'll see. It's great for his career. Who cares that he was beaten off in a movie theater? Really?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of dig it. Makes him a little.
Maybe you do.
Makes Pee Wee a little darker.
I think most people are with me. They don't want to. Somebody who talks dark is one thing. Is dark is another.
Well, we have special 1-900 numbers set up this morning, Robin. $1.50 a call. Do you think this is the end of Pee Wee's career? Just give us a call. That's we'll turn it into a money-making proposition.
Yes, for us.
Right.